Today we're going to talk about the power of intentions and setting intentions from a grounded and connected place, and how intentions can set an imprint for the changes in your life that you want to see. The reality is everything begins with intention. In the field of neuroscience, we know that emotions form feelings, our feelings form thoughts, and our thoughts form language or words, and our words motivate action. And I had a teacher that once told me, where our minds go, energy flows. And it's true, the mind has more power than we can even imagine. And we've seen it in the elite sports performance world, where when an athlete, despite a 103-degree fever, an aching body, and a sprained ankle, has a record-breaking game. Or in a medical setting where the doctors say there's nothing else we can do, and then the patient overcomes the illness and lives for another 10 years. And we see humans surpassing physical limits all the time because their minds and hearts pull them through physical challenge. They set an intention and were determined to overcome. In behavioral studies, you'll hear words like purpose and motivation, reasoning, the why behind the what. And purpose for me is more of an end goal. For example, I want to shift my communication patterns so that I can have a deeper relationship with my children and my partner. And the purpose is so that I can nurture the relationship with my family. The intention for me goes layers deeper. It's nourished by all of these layers of our existence, the physical, the mental, the emotional, and spiritual elements of our relationships and our daily habits and our environment. And each moment can be filled with intention, whereas purpose for me feels a little bit more finite. While purpose is the why we do things, intention is about moving with attention and co-creating our reality. So back to the example I used before, my intention in learning to communicate better is that I develop as a human and that my family and I relate to each other with compassion and understanding and ensuring that we feel vital and alive and that we can process emotions together, that we can think before we speak, and that we stay committed to our journey together. Therefore, every action that I take is fully infused and aligned with that intention. So before we begin anything new, or let alone act at all, this is the question: what is my intention? What am I looking to co-create? What do I need to shift within myself and my environment, my outward expression, to stay aligned with this intention throughout my experience? So when we're intentional, we're co-creating with spirit. We're saying that I trust in this reciprocity between me and spirit, and what I put into the world will magnify 1,000-fold if I'm intentional in serving the highest good of this vision. And I know it sounds a little ethereal, and there's definitely an element of faith we have to have. In the moments that we experience doubt in this process, my teachers always taught me to feel into what my body was saying. What are your cells jumping with joy about? What do they say a big yes to? And what are they rejecting? Can you identify when your body says yes versus no? And does your body feel lighter? Does your breath feel more expanded? Does your mind feel open? Does your heart want more? Or on the contrary, does your body contract? Are your muscles tense? Do you have a pit in your stomach? Rough digestion, heavy heart? This is all information that if we're aligning with spirit. Again, your autonomy is most important, and you get to decide when you're ready. As in the hero's journey, I'll always invite you to the edges of yourself and to your level of discomfort, but ultimately you choose. You're the guide of your own destiny. Not me, not your family members, not anyone else. And so when we are ready, we're saying yes to being in union and connection with everything around us. And that's what drives our intentions. Before I sat down to record each of these sessions, I cleared my energetic field, released what didn't serve my ability to lead and teach, and I called in myself as a channel to transmit messages and insight that I have received. And I recorded from a place of empowered knowing and embodiment of my highest self in connection with all of you. So this week is about calling in what you're ready to receive, calling in what you want to be present as you intend to unleash your essence. And there's no fast track here. It takes deep presence to really commit to a path of unleashing yourself, and to challenge yourself to slow down and always come back to your intention when you feel like you're straying or just running on autopilot. And there will be a practice after today's session where you can spend some time journaling about all of this. So since we're here and on topic, start considering, what are your intentions for this period of your life? What do you want to create with the universe for your life? Do you want to be able to speak with conviction and compassion and truth in your relationships? Do you want to align your professional endeavors in a more authentic way? Do you want to start clearing any inherited traumas so that you don't pass them down to your children? Do you want to begin releasing yourself from the hold of depression or anxiety? Do you want to live from the place of your highest truth and vitality? Then how can you shift your inner self to be more intentional with this? And this starts to speak to the opposite of what doesn't serve you. Which patterns and behaviors do serve this intent? What are you calling in? And then this leads to the how, but you don't have to figure out the how yet. You just want to be aware of what doesn't serve and what does serve, so that we can move forward and open up to the answers that want to come to you. So the next piece of this is to ask yourself, is there anything I need to shift out in my environment? Do I need to carve out more time for myself? Are there people that I need to share these intentions with? How can they help you stay accountable to yourself? Again, you'll have more time to contemplate these later. And my wish for you is that you can be in a place of receptivity as you schedule time for these sessions and practices in your journal. Now, when you set intentions, it's best that you set them when you're in a grounded and connected place energetically. And this way, they don't just become haphazard ideas that have no direction or no meaning, but they are rooted in the truth of who you are, your values, what's important to you, and are nourished by all of that as you move them out into the world. So it's like a tree. The fruit or the blossoms come from the depth and nourishment and expansion of the roots. And there are many ways to ground ourselves. And I've learned a few techniques that work for me, which I'll offer here. But by all means, if you have other ways, follow your intuition and do what works best for you. But for now, we'll do a simple breathing practice together. So wherever you are, step outside into a quiet place, or maybe another room, or maybe right there in your kitchen if you can focus, and take a couple of minutes and just go here with me. If you can, stand with your bare feet on the earth or wherever you are right now, and take a few cleansing breaths. And we're going to inhale for 7 counts, hold for 3, and exhale for 9. And what this does is turns on the parasympathetic branch of your nervous system, which is also known as the rest and digest. And as your body starts to calm down, the cortisol levels reduce and your nervous system feels more grounded and connected. And the stress response is then diminished. So exhale fully. Inhale for 7. Hold. Exhale for 9. Inhale 7. Hold for 3. Exhale 9. Inhale 7, last round. Hold for 3. Slow exhale for 9. then return to normal breathing. And that was just about a minute of breathing, and sometimes that's all it takes to help shift our brains, help shift our mindset, help shift us from a state of stress and anxiety to a state of rest, digest, and grounding, calmness, relaxation. Simple strategy that we can do at any moment of the day. So other ways to ground could be doing child's pose on the floor, on the earth, and breathing into your heart space. You can also call on spirit to help you ground, perhaps lying on a yoga mat and imagining hands all over you pressing into the earth. You could also use your physical hands to squeeze your skin. So now you have your next steps to set your intentions from a connected, grounded place. And this is one step that you'll want to approach with care and deliberation. It's not a quick assignment, but it's something you'll really want to spend time with and allow yourself to unfold. This is about you tuning into yourself and harnessing the discipline to do something that is fully dedicated to you. This is about you showing up for you. So enjoy the process, and I'll see you next session.